Hi, good morning. My name is Kevin Spees. I'm president of the Rotary Club of Laguna Sunrise. And of course,
I'm Angela Spees. I'm wearing my festive tiara this morning because for Ray Ward, our district governor's year, I wore this when he came to visit because it's his favorite is Jimmy Buffett. So I wanted to be festive.
yeah. So we're doing something a little bit different. The coronavirus and the restrictions from the state have required us to make some changes. We're not supposed to meet as we normally do. And so we wanted to be able to provide a way for us as Rotarians and perhaps some new folks to gather together. And so I see Sue Ann has joined. Hi, Sue Ann, how are you? I know you can't write at the moment, but
Hashtag it.
There you go. So anyway, what we're going to do is normally our meetings start at 8 in the morning, but we gather at about 7:45 to do a little bit of fellowship. So, Angela, what's fellowship all about?
Well, Delee is asking how she joins. So.
Okay, well well, I guess if you don't know how to join, you're not watching this right now, are you? Anyway, so Angela's going to answer that, but typically what we do is for fellowship in the morning, we just meet and talk for 15 minutes while everyone gathers. And so, like I said, hey, good morning, Steve. How are you doing, my friend? This is typically our 15 minutes of fellowship where we just meet and greet and talk before the meeting gets started at 8. And so
for us as Rotarians and
there we go, that's better. We are just gathering right now to do this and at 8 o'clock we'll get started with the regular meeting. So if Steve or Sue Ann, if you have any questions or whatever, in the meanwhile, feel free to write in a comment. And again, we're just generally talking about our lives and things that are going on until 8 o'clock.
She's saying she doesn't see the meeting.
Well,
There she goes.
There she goes. So now we
Hi,
have,
Delee.
Hey, Delee, how are you doing? All righty, and Janine has joined.
Coffee's good. Nice. I had Starbucks Keurig today, so.
Yeah, I had my, what was that?
I don't know. Black Rifle. Black Rifle from Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yep.
Yeah, our local
Yeah,
coffee.
I've had 2 cups of coffee. I've been awake since 2:15 this morning. So.
Yeah. We should talk about the picture behind us too, just so people know. I don't know if you can see it with the glare.
Unfortunately, we don't have the best of the lighting yet. This was kind of a last minute thing, but if you see this picture behind us, go ahead, Angela. Go ahead and talk about the picture.
This is Paul Harris, the thought master, the original person that created Rotary out of Chicago, Illinois in 1905. So I got this at what's called, our main mission is to eradicate polio. And Paul Harris started all of Rotary, and he wanted to do business with people he trusted. So the reason it's called Rotary is because they would rotate from business person to business person's offices to do business together with like-minded people. And that's the man, Paul Harris.
Right. And what's interesting is, I mean, since that time, Rotary has evolved and grown throughout the globe. I believe our latest numbers are 1.2 million members across the globe.
Yeah. Hey, it's Becky Craig,
and
former President Becky Craig. Hey, hashtag.
And we just got Goldine joining too.
Yeah.
It's good to see everyone this morning. Again, the next 11 or so minutes is just about typically what we do is fellowship, and we just talk amongst ourselves. So we're going to get started specifically at 8 o'clock with the meeting. So anyway, Angela, she's making a phone call to get our guest person in. But anyway, Rotary has grown across the globe, and there are clubs in so many cities around the world now. What, if you don't know, what our global goal is the eradication of polio. It's kind of interesting times now with this particular virus that we have going on right now. But back a couple generations ago, we had a problem with polio throughout the world. And what Rotary did was in the 80s, took this on as a challenge to eradicate polio. And so through a lot of work, I believe it's just Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Nigeria at this time, right? And so that's what we're doing globally. We only have three countries left. Angela, you can, everybody can. Anyway, again, this is just, we're trying to get this going here. So Joanna Duthler just joined us. Good to see you. Again, this is normally our fellowship time. So if people have questions or comments, feel free to do it right now. Also, one of the things to let you know, one of the things we do during our regular meeting is we have what's called a happy dollar or a sad dollar. And we haven't figured out a new name for it in this format. But what we're asking you to do is if you're one of those folks who normally does a happy dollar or a sad dollar, what that means is you drop a dollar in a bucket. We have no dollars today, right? But what I want you to do is to do like a hashtag happy dollar or hashtag sad dollar. And then you can tell your story in that, and then we'll read it out later. That way we'll do that at our happy dollar time. So again, we were talking about polio with 3 countries left. So the things that we do, what do we do at the global level that we also do at the local level, Angela?
Well, right now, internationally, there's been a big push on clean water as well.
Of course.
So, and then also peace and conflict resolution. We also are working on this year. Been huge hallmark is our commitment to eradicating human trafficking from the world as well too. Oops, how'd that happen? Okay. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There you go. So sorry, that was technology again, our guest speaker. So with the human trafficking, we did an outreach. Those of you that don't know, we were doing outreach to our community. We partnered with Elk Grove Unified School District, who is doing curriculum with our high schoolers about how to educate the warning signs and value your own personal self and what it means to be trafficked, either labor trafficked or unfortunately human trafficked as well. Right. So there was a series of 4 community outreach as well, and we had great response on that. So. And
this was all done it started as an effort with the District 5180 Foundation,
which is our area here of about 38 clubs now.
Right. And what our foundation did was they reached out to Rotary International and did what's called a reverse grant. So
we were awarded over $300,000 for the greater Sacramento area to bring out our partner 3 Strands has the Protect curriculum, and they've been going to different school districts to educate our teachers, and the teachers in turn are educating our students.
Right. And you know, we've had some fantastic partners through this, Elk Grove Unified School District and a Rotarian, Chris Hoffman, and the
superintendent of Elk Grove Unified.
Yep. And the school board has been fantastic in that. You mentioned 3 Strands Global.
Yeah.
But also Elk Grove Police Department has helped us out a lot with funds to do advertisement and awareness about it in the bus stops, as well as
a big billboard that was over there at Joseph Kerr Middle School here out on Elk Grove. It was out on Elk Grove Boulevard for about a month. Right. So we thank the Elk Grove Police Department for coming in with that money as well too. And again, people's funds from Taste of Elk Grove, when people sponsored our Taste of Elk Grove last year too, there was money available. Some money was earmarked for human trafficking education. And then also we applied for our own personal grant through the district to get matching more money. So that allowed this community outreach as well. So thank you everybody that has helped with that mission as well.
Now we've got a few other people that have joined. I want to make sure I say hi to Brenda. How you doing, Brenda? And Stephen Baker. Hey, buddy. Stephen Baker is our president-elect. And
Did you say Goldine, Joanna?
Yeah, we didn't miss. I had mentioned Goldine. I'd mentioned Joanna. I said Brenda when we first.
Jim Luttrell.
And Jim Luttrell. Yeah. So again, we're waiting about 5 minutes as hopefully everyone gathers, and we were just talking a bit about Rotary in general. And what else are the things going on in Rotary right now?
As far as what event? Well, we'll talk about the events.
We'll talk about our events, but
yeah.
I was talking about in general. What are some of the things that are going on in terms of outreach or whatever?
Well, again, a lot of different clubs right now, unfortunately, with Rotary too, do have a lot of members that are over 65 as well. So we are making sure we're calling our members and checking in on them, seeing how they're doing. But the which we'll talk more about, the blood drive, that blood donors are desperately needed. So we're trying to make sure people know that it's a controlled environment. They're making appointments. Mm-hmm. So just different things like that to make sure we're checking on our members. We're checking on what our community needs are to see how we can help those of us that are younger and well and can help.
Yeah, and one of the things, again, as we're talking about a more global Rotary issues, we are working on increasing membership as well. And for those of you who may not have been members or not members, we hope that at some point in time you will. And in fact, this is I'm really happy for having at least this opportunity today to talk about.
Well, and a lot of people in the years past on membership, I'll just talk to that
sure,
a little
please.
bit. The
Go
way
ahead.
it's evolved, that some of you that were members before that are rejoining today and may not be members at the moment, we have series of options now because like we have social media here. There are no, quote, 50% attendance rules, 100% attendance rules. That we work with our members. Again, we want to see you. We build in fellowship and networking and doing business together. But at the same time, people were afraid of that stigma of having to be there every single week. There's lots of ways you can participate in projects and through our meetings online. So I want you all to know there are options there. We do have for operation needs though to have a facility though and all those things, so there is still an annual membership as well as local to keep the building and be able to have breakfasts and things like that. But talk to us. We're gonna start firesides chats maybe out here too. We'll be talking more about the different ways that we can communicate to you and see if Rotary might be a good fit for you.
Well, and that's actually a good idea, and perhaps we should be considering doing fireside chats on Facebook
You like how I
Live,
say that
so,
on the
yeah.
fly?
Yeah.
I just made it up. I love volunteering myself for different things. I know, Sue Ann, stop it. I know I should stop.
Nice. Well, okay, yeah. So we've got about 2 minutes before we actually start the actual meeting. If anybody does have any questions or anything, please go ahead and put them up. Also, if you joined after I mentioned it, we normally do what's called a happy dollar or a sad dollar, and the way we can do that today is to in the comments put in a hashtag happy dollar or a hashtag sad dollar, and we can read them out a little bit later in case people miss them. So if you would please do that, we would appreciate it. Obviously, the format that we typically do had to change, and so this is our attempt to do it today. So with that, I think we are just about at 8 o'clock. And so for those of you who are new or haven't joined us in a while, typically when we start our meeting, I get to take my gavel that's attached by a chain here. I get to take this gavel and ring my bell to start the meeting. Unfortunately, because the club is shut down, the country club is shut down, I don't have my bell with me. But fortunately, I have this bell, which Rotarian Nitsa got for us when she was on a trip. And so I'm going to ring the bell now.
Thank you. New Orleans. She went to New Orleans.
She went to New Orleans. Where did I say she went?
You said New Orleans.
I said New Orleans? Okay.
Doesn't it say New Orleans on there?
Well, it does.
Okay.
It does.
Yeah.
Anyway, she went to New Orleans.
So the means to order now. Yeah.
Yes, I'm trying to get there. So, all right. So, good morning, Rotarians. Thank you so much for being here today. And I want to, again, welcome the guests that we have. So we have, who is not typically a Rotarian, we have Steve Barnett, and we have DeLeo, and I think on here we have a guest, Becky Craig.
Yeah.
Who is
former president.
Yeah, past president Becky Craig. She is now in Fairfield.
Are you in Fairfield?
Oh, wait, is that where you are, Becky? Let me know. Did I get it wrong, or is it Vacaville?
And she's still a Rotarian too.
And she's still a Rotarian as well, but she's a guest as well. Let me go up to the top, make sure I got everybody here. Whoa, there were more people down here. There are guests. So I would like to welcome as well, we have District Governor-elect Brent Hasty. Thank you for joining us today. And we have Jen Leon, who I will talk a little bit about later when we talk about volunteers, so hang out for that. She's done some fantastic things with us, with the kids and the senior distribution, so thank you for joining us, Jen. Let's see, we have...
That's Marie.
Hi, Marie. It's good to see you. Lisa, can I turn a light on in front of me? Well, I have a light on in front of me, but it's blocked by this really big...
I'll move that.
We have Angela will try to move it so that you can get a little more light in front of us. Hopefully she won't knock it over on me. Okay, that's good right there. Perfect. All right. Hopefully that's a little bit better, Lisa. All right, and so let's see. Any other guests? I don't see any guests. So anyhow, welcome. I do want to, I wanted to share the screen so that we can go through our regular slides, but it won't let me do that right now in Facebook. So let's see. We typically start with the flag salute. It would be a little bit wonky to do so right here, right now. But we're going to go next then to Thought of the Day, and I've asked Angela to put together a Thought of the Day.
Okay, so I found a Thought of the Day that I thought was relevant for today by Jackie Kuroke. It says, to practice kindness all day to everybody, and you will realize you are already in heaven now. So I thought that was interesting, a nice thought for the day, just to... in this crazy time, practice more kindness, and you'll be rewarded.
All righty. So Brenda tells us our faces are dark. I get it.
Let me go get another light.
Well, we'll see if Angela can go find a flashlight or something. Again, this is our first time doing this here, and we really didn't get to try it out beforehand, but we'll move on directly. So let's go through some events. You should have received or should have seen notice that we are postponing the Taste of Elk Grove until June 6th. Now, our president-elect, Stephen, is our chairperson for that. He has reached out to our vendors as well as our sponsors, and hopefully that is a little bit better. Hopefully we got a little more light in the room. Is that better? I don't get any better looking, folks. You might have wanted to keep me in the dark. There we go. Thank you, Angela.
Yeah. Thanks for telling us.
Yeah, thank you, Brenda. We'll work on this. So anyway, the Taste of Elk Grove is postponed until June 6th. Communication has been sent out. Most of the vendors that we have received information back from, and most of the sponsors have said that they are fine with continuing on with us till June 6th. We will see how it goes from there. We'll see what happens with our current state of public health. What's next, Angela?
Okay, so also I'm going to send out an email later today about the speech contest that Rotarian Suzanne Kennedy is heading up. Our local speech contest is going online as well. So we're making modifications to do everything through GoToMeeting. So we're letting all the contestants, our judges, be remote and safe and secure, and then we'll get the results as fast to our students as we can. But we figured that's the best solution, is to do GoToMeeting. So that's still going to happen. So and I didn't hear the rest of the ones that you went through. Did you do?
No. So the next one is we're just going to give you a little quick highlight on that one, is the blood drive, because we're going to talk more about it later.
Okay. Yeah.
But,
and then also the senior food drive. And then one other thing, we are right at the moment with Rotary Youth Leadership Program scholarships that our club is awarding, and across the district, those of you that are from the district, as of this moment, the programs are still happening in June, as far as we know. So we are taking applications, because even if we have to postpone later on in the summer, I still want to have those applications in. So continue to recruit those registrations and get them online. So if we are a go, we want it to be a go. So keep them coming in. So that's still a go.
can you try to flip those two lights off?
Which ones?
These two. It's that switch at the bottom. Yep, right. Just the.
I got it.
Hopefully that works, Lisa. We're gonna rock and roll. Oh, I got a question from Joshua Green, by the way. Thank you for your question, Joshua. He says, "Where can I get breakfast for this meeting?"
You can come over to our house if you want. We'll stay 6 feet away. No, we can't.
No,
okay.
we don't want Rotarian Josh here. Anyway, thank you for the great question, Josh. Okay, so at this point in time, Angela,
Right.
I think we're going to introduce to you District Governor Ray Ward, who is joining us via phone. And we'll see how this works. Make sure you turn it up real loud, Angela, and hopefully folks can hear us. So, District Governor Ray Ward, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
We're doing fine. I'm hoping to see if somebody can respond that they can hear. But let's go ahead.
Okay. So if they cannot hear, let me know, and I will try to speak up and see if I can do this. I want to thank you guys for inviting me onto the Kevin and Angela show here. It's been pretty interesting to watch. I've been watching it on Facebook Live up until this point. But I thought I'd give you a couple of information, some information on how the district is responding. Is everybody being able to hear me? I can't hear you right now.
Can anyone say?
I haven't heard any complaints from anyone yet, so.
Okay. I'm still looking at your Facebook Live, so I saw you holding up the phone there, so I just want to make sure.
Yep.
So I know this is a trying times, and whether you're concerned about it or you feel that you're safe or you're worried about it, I think you should know that we're trying to evaluate the information as it comes out and changes quickly. The district has put together a risk management team. That team consists of Past District Governor Sandy Saba, District Governor-elect Brett Hastings, our RYE Chair, Mary Lynn Keegan, the RILA Chair, which is Angela, and then past President from Carmichael, Dr. Dick Bauer. We were going to meet on Fridays, but some things have come up, and we're actually having another meeting this afternoon, so the presidents can expect to hear from us later today on some possible changes on things that we want to communicate out to our clubs to see how they're doing. What I've seen is many clubs have canceled their meetings. I want to congratulate you guys on your innovative approach. My club itself did a go-to webinar on Monday night. I know that we're trying to keep in touch with everybody.
Yeah.
So as far as district events, everything has been basically postponed at this time, or we're going to change the way we're doing them. District Governor-elect Brett Hasty brought up a good point. Is we need to follow the government people that are coming out with their reports. You know, we have a 35-year history of working with people on diseases in our fight against polio. So we have to just kind of go with the information that we're getting from our governmental agencies and work towards making sure that we do the right things. So far, we haven't canceled anything, but some things are on hold. So just a couple of quick events. Coming up is our district assembly, which is coming up on the 28th of this month. We're moving that to a live streaming event. It'll be the first time we do it. It'll probably be going to Facebook Live, but recorded and up on YouTube or our district website so that you can watch later. We are still in the process of trying to figure out how we're going to accomplish this, but we're working really hard to make sure that this happens for us. The Rise Against Hunger event has been postponed. We have no date on that. We're looking at how things go, and as soon as we have a clear view of when facilities may be available to us and how we're going to be able to do it, we will let you know. You know, last week, myself as well as President Mark Maloney of Rotary International and President-elect Helger Knapp all came out and advised clubs not to meet in person. And I think most clubs have taken that. We will continue to put out newsletters with ideas. I really like what your club has already done with the senior food distribution and trying to continue the blood drive as well as the way you're handling the speech contest. I will tell you, those are kind of cutting-edge ideas that are out there. And, you know, our club, one of the things we've done is we've actually reached out to all our members. Even though you may not think that they're high risk, we're reaching out to make sure that maybe a younger member doesn't have health issues that we didn't know about that may need our help. So we've created a system where someone from our club or multiple people from our club are contacting everybody to find out where they're at right now. And then we're going to create a buddy system in order to keep in contact and make sure that we help out people that need help in our club.
Right.
Along with that, I know that, you know, the country club for your club has probably been financially hurt by this situation too. We're looking at helping out and collecting some of the funds that we would normally spend for meals and help our caterer out and so on with money so they can get through this tough time also. So there's so many ways that we can first look at, you know, helping our club members, our partners, and then also help the community at large. I think this is a great time that Rotarians can really show who we are and why we're such a great organization.
Right.
That's kind of my basic update. Do you have any questions for me?
I don't. Well, I haven't seen any questions come up on the screen, but hopefully you'll be able to. You know, we could probably just keep the phone line open. That if somebody does have a question, we can always reach back to you. But thank you very much for joining us, being here with us today. And I really like the idea of perhaps talking to Valley High Country Club and seeing. I mean, maybe there's a way we can do a little something. You know.
Yeah.
So, thank you for that.
Yeah, even if you,
go ahead.
Yeah, even if you just tip the servers and stuff like that, so they can be helped out. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right. So if you want to, you can hang on the line or just troll the questions here, and maybe we'll bring some back. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. I'm going to put myself on mute and then just keep it so I can listen in. So don't mute your phone.
Right.
Okay. Got it. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Well, thank you so much, District Governor Ray Ward. We appreciate that. So we have a lot to update you on, and it's primarily on two projects that we are still doing. This This year did not end the way that I expected it at all.
That you're going downward slope to June.
I thought I was on the I was on the cruise path until
for those of you that aren't Rotarians, the president's term ends in June 30th, and we just had our president-elect's training. And usually, the presidents start thinking about how they're sliding into the end of their year as president. But
yeah,
anyway.
I mean, I've had a fantastic year, but again, my year didn't go as planned. Almost a couple of months in, but this is an interesting way to do it. And as District Governor Ray Ward mentioned, it's actually a very good opportunity for Rotary and particularly local Rotarians to show how they can shine. And so let's see. So Angela, let's go into a deeper dive a little bit on the blood drive. Why do we need to do a blood drive?
Yeah, so blood donations, donors and needs are essential right now, because I was talking to a Vitalent who is taking over 4 blood source, and their numbers are down of donors, but the need is high, right? We still have people that's sick, injured, need that blood. Blood only lasts for so long, so the need is very essential right now. Because
what's interesting is a lot of people don't know it is that most of the donors, right? Most of the donor base for Vitalent or blood donation, blood banks are an older demographic, right? So those are 65, 60,
and now they
65
can't come out.
And they can't come out right now. So while there isn't a specific need for blood for this particular issue that we've got, the donor base that normally serves is just dwindling, right? They're staying home because of their concern. So right. So again, you can call the 800 number that I put out on our Laguna Sunrise page, the 866 number, and make an appointment. They'll make appointments it says March 30th on my event out there, but they'll make appointments whenever is available right now. So any day you go in, you can say you're donating on behalf of Laguna Sunrise Rotary. Our club number is 54, and they'll give the credit towards Rotary for that. And that's very important, because our eradication toward polio as well too, some money will be donated. And then on top of that, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation donates any money, they triple that money that is for polio eradication too. So any monies that come into our polio bank from your donations too, that'll get tripled, and more people will get the drops they need to stay healthy. Right. So I want to remind folks, of course, that again our donor number is 54. Okay, so when you go to give blood, if you don't go on the 30th, that's perfectly fine. You can do it any day. You can do it whenever, but please make sure you say that it's Laguna Sunrise Rotary number 54, right? Then we'll get the credit for that. But also, I wanted to direct you to look at the event for it. One of our fantastic club members, Philippe Gabanziza, he produced a video with a gentleman named John Phillips. You remember John Phillips from last week? John Phillips has come to our club a number of times, and he has talked to us about this disease that he has called ITP. Now, I'm not even going to try to remember what ITP stands for, but
it's a platelet deficiency that he has, very severe.
Absolutely, and it takes thousands of plasma donors to make one single dose. Yeah. And so it's what John wants us to do is to please tell folks that Vitalent needs additional donors. And so please take a look at that video, like it and share it, and let others know that we're working on a blood drive,
Yeah.
So
and I can look up the 866 number again, but it's online, the event. But
while you look it up, then I'll talk just a little bit more about it. So again, the event itself is March 30th at Vitalent, and it's all day. I think the address for Vitalent is, Angela can give it here in a second.
So it's at 9267 Laguna Springs Drive in Elk Grove. If you choose to go to that location, for most of us, we're here in Elk Grove. But any Vitalent, again, you can go to. You just tell them where you live and that you heard about this and you want to represent. You want it to go toward Laguna Sunrise Rotary number 54. And then let's see here, the phone number that you call is 1-866. Oh, my eyes, I need my glasses. 822-3663, I think it is.
You want help?
Yeah, I can't see that.
Okay.
Sorry.
So,
sorry,
okay.
Dr. Shaw, I don't have on my glasses today.
There we go. Let's see.
Yeah, I was
there we
right.
go. 1-866-822-5663. So I got some questions up on the screen here. I don't know why my screen doesn't refresh so I can see them, but Jen has a question. And it is, can we ask teens to come out? What is the youngest age to donate? Do you know, Angela?
Ray Ward might know that because he's on the committee with Vitalent. Do you know that, Ray?
Yes, I do. The state of California allows 16 and 17-year-olds to do it, but they need to have a parent consent form from a parent or guardian. And then at 18, of course, you can't give blood.
Great.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. Okay, so Jen, that's the answer, right? If you have any questions, best thing to do is to call the Vitalent Vitalent directly. Thank you, Ray, for planning to give blood. I hope your club doesn't get mad that you're going to put, Club 54, right?
Right. We have a little competition for those of you that don't know between our clubs to have the most blood donated on a yearly basis anyway, because it's always needed. But this is even more so needed now, like we said, because of the issues that are happening that our usual donors can't get out as much as they usually do.
Right. Okay, and so, welcome, Anitra. Thank you for joining. Hey, so Philippe, I did see the video, and again, my screen isn't refreshing fast enough to know that you put that question up. Philippe was our videographer / producer of that video that we have featuring John Phillips. And so, yes, Philippe, I saw it. You should check the Facebook event. It's fantastic. Thank you so much for doing it. Folks, Philippe did that for us. He also has, of course, a videography studio, but he shot that on location in our office. John and I did it. And so thank you very much for donating your time to do that, Philippe. You're fantastic. All right, so I think if that's enough. Oh, okay, thank you, Goldine, for sharing the phone number for Vitalent. It's up on the screen, 1-866-822-5663. Alrighty, so Angela, you put something about GoToMeeting. You wanted to talk about speech contest.
Oh, which I did, but some people have joined again, so I'll just let you all know. Those have joined later. Our speech contest is a go for this Friday. We are going to do it via GoToMeeting, so all of our teenagers and everybody stays where they need to be. And I'm going to host a GoToMeeting. Suzanne Kennedy is our chair. She's joined the meeting as well too, and we collaborated and came up with this idea so we can still do our local speech contests, and we'll just adapt and do it through GoToMeeting. I will send that out to the judge and contestants today.
Okay. Well, but you've also got something on here before we get to the main meat of our discussion for today about RILA candidates. Why don't you get that?
Oh, I think I talked about that, but I'll say it again.
RILA? Okay.
So those of you that don't know and weren't here earlier, Rotary Youth Leadership Awakening Program. It's our scholarships that we award to our juniors and seniors this year who are eligible to apply. Again, this year, juniors and seniors can go to the program. I just spoke to the head honcho out at Sierra Nevada Journeys up in Portola, California. At the moment, the June sessions are still on. And as soon as I want to receive the applications still, so your candidates that you're interviewing or selecting, have them go out, do the registrations online still. And so if we just need them to be there, so if it's a go, we go. in any adaption we got to do for weeks or anything like that, we can keep those people, those winners informed. We still need 2 candidates ourselves at Laguna Sunrise Rotary. So send those to me. I can call them and do an interview with them and see if they're the right fit.
Okay. Very good. Okay, so I want to welcome Kevin Lillard for joining. I'm going to talk a little bit about Kevin a little bit later with all the other volunteers that we have going on right now with our shut-in,
Yes.
senior shut-in program. So, okay, with that, let me get to the main meat of what we needed to have a conversation about today. So last week, Angela and I think we were driving somewhere and we thought about, what's going on. And we remembered that the Elk Grove Food Bank has a program which is senior outreach, and what they do every once a month for each senior complex is they take food to the locations for the seniors, and part of that is typically when they do it, they will kind of set up a little shopping experience, and residents will come down and they can choose their protein or they can choose their vegetable, and they kind of shop, right? Well, the problem is now they can't do that. They're not supposed to be doing that. So we said, well, what are we going to do for these 174 seniors that the food bank has been serving for a couple of years now? And so we gave a call to Marie Giacchino, and we said, can we help augment the existing food bank program? So that night, they said that they were interested, and that was a good idea.
Yeah.
And
Because
so
they just had heard that the common places weren't going to be open to their seniors, and the seniors were scared because family members couldn't necessarily get to them. They don't have transportation, etc.
Yeah, so, and that's a good point. We ought to bring up exactly what this demographic is, who these people are. So these are folks that are typically on the regular shut-in, right? They don't have the option to go get in the car and go to Walmart or wherever to get something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So what these are folks that normally need to be provided food anyway. It's not that they're sequestering or quarantining themselves by choice. They're quarantined by their situation, whether it's economic, whether it's health,
Physical,
whether it's physical, whatever. So this is an identified group of people that the food bank has been helping specifically for years, but can only provide food once a month, one time a month. So Ray's doing something there.
Are you eating chips, Ray?
Ray's eating chips, so we're going to mute him for a second.
I'm going to mute you, man.
So anyway, on Thursday, our Laguna Sunrise Rotary Club board and our mute him out, and our Laguna Sunrise Foundation board agreed to take this on as a program. So we expected originally to do this for 2 weeks, and we expected that this was going to take about $7,000 to do. Well, so what did we do? We went to, of course, we went to Facebook, and we went to GoFundMe, and we went to
Sign Up Genius.
Sign Up Genius, and we set this up. So we still just hang up on him. If we can't mute him, then okay. So so our goal was $7,000. At this point in time, we've exceeded $7,000, and we're at $9,000, which is absolutely fantastic. And oh, by the way, that total is even more because New Star donated an additional $25,000. So right now we're at about
$25,000 or $25,000?
Excuse me, $2,500, not 2,500, not
25.
Anyway,
yeah.
$2,500. Sorry.
We'd be dancing in the street if it was 25,000.
Yeah, that didn't happen. Okay, so at this point in time, we are at about 11,500. But what we've noticed over the last couple of days, and we'll talk a little bit more about our experience over the last couple of days, what we've noticed is that this isn't going to end in 2 weeks. Sadly, it's going to take a couple of more weeks for sure. And at this point in time, we're planning on this through April. So that requires us to raise our goal to $21,000. And we updated our video and we updated the GoToMeeting page last night.
And the sign up Genius too. There's more slots that we need help, because people that may have been helping yesterday, that there were some people that are over their 60s there yesterday helping out at Food Bank. They're not going to be able to come back and help us too. So please go out to Sign Up Genius, check it out. We have more dates and need. If something says it's filled and you have an availability, just come by the food bank too, and we could try. We'll find a spot for you. We're spacing out different tables so there's distance. But anyway, if you can help, we need that help.
Right. So I want to talk real quick again about volunteers, sort of like the Vitalent issue. A lot of the volunteers that the Elk Grove Food Bank has are over 65, right? They're retired and have opportunities to help on a regular basis. Well, this 65 and older group, right, has to self-quarantine. And so thankfully, we're getting to have the opportunity to reach out to a new group of people, right? And that's why this has been actually pretty overwhelming, the response that we've had. So let's talk a little bit about our successes over the last couple of days. So the first success is that yesterday was our first delivery to Renwick. You want to tell us a little bit about how that went, Angela?
I think we had at least 8 volunteers that were at Renwick that meet us there with the 38 specific residents that we were going to go deliver to, that again are already some way have to be at their residence. They have no way to get this food. And let me tell you how grateful everybody was. So I want to thank each and every one of you that's out there that's donated your time, treasure, anything to make this first outreach happen. People were just overwhelmed. A lot of them over 75, I would say, that I personally delivered to. And just for me, they were so genuinely thankful and said, for me, this is for me. You brought this just for me. And it was just a very special thing for them, that because they didn't know what was going to happen. And they were very, very grateful. So, and thank you to all of our volunteers that we had, our heroes out there yesterday too.
Right. So let me, I want to pick on Kevin Lillard, who joined us this morning. And he owns Prodigy Children's Shuttle. It's actually a new business that started here in Elk Grove. A fantastic friend of mine. And he brought his wife and his 2 daughters. I'm really bad with names, Kevin, so you'll have to put it on the, you'll have to type it in there for me. So it was Kevin and a number of others. And basically what we did was, we just took the prepared packages from my vehicle and walked around to the different locations or the different apartments themselves and distributed them. So let me tell you a little bit about how we did it, because some people are a bit concerned on how that actually happens, and are we, exposing more danger. So a couple of things. First, what's in the bag, right? What are we delivering? Each of the bags contains a protein, right? So in this instance, I think it was ground beef, right? So it's a pound of ground beef.
Or ground turkey.
Yesterday it was ground beef, though.
Yesterday it was ground turkey. Great.
Yeah. A loaf of bread, a dozen eggs, bananas.
Spaghetti,
yeah. Pasta or spaghetti.
Spaghetti sauce.
Yep, spaghetti sauce. Mm-hmm. So it's everything that they need for just a week.
Bananas.
Bananas. I said bananas, yeah.
Okay.
We also, Angela and I went out and we went to the dollar store. And and we got some Sudoku, word search, whatever books.
Crossword puzzles.
And we put those in the bag.
On the teens.
I'm getting right there. Yeah.
Oh.
So, and I wanted to highlight another person who's joined us. I don't know if she's still with us. I haven't seen her drop. But a gal named Jen Leon, and she is a parent-teacher organization president for Markoffer Elementary School.
Yes.
I'm glad that I'm able to remember these things this morning. This is good. And she asked me, I think on Saturday, if there was a way to get her students involved. And you may have seen a small segment on Good Day Sacramento, but what Jen did was she took the card. We gave her some cards that we, again, bought at the dollar store, and she handed them out to a number of parents. And what did the parents do with those, Angela?
They gave them to the kids to write notes to our elderly that we're delivering the packages to. So each senior citizen or person in need received a handwritten card with a happy face or a note, or they had stickers on the envelope, just a good wishes, we're thinking of you. And so it's just really beautiful. She had that done inside of a day for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, Jen, we're going to be getting you some more cards. I think we have enough for this week, but we'll be getting you some cards. And thank you so much, Jen, for rallying the students to do that. I think we've got some ideas on maybe a pen pal program. We'll see how that goes.
We also have our Interact center. That's our teenage Rotarians that through the local teen center here for the Goldine, our Rotarian Goldine, reached out to our local teens that are members of our teen center and our Rotary Interact Club, and they're doing the cards as well too. So thank you to all those teens, Goldine, in advance. I know you've got more cards coming for us. And like we said, because this is going through April, our need is going to be more to have that done as well too. We've been thinking also about bookmarks, different things like that. So
Right.
but
So good. I mean, thank you so much for that. What I want to go on to next, Angela, is I want to talk about what we called Supermarket Sweep Team Alpha. Okay, so one of the challenges that we had was that we couldn't just go to a grocery store and say, hey, can I get 174 pounds of ground meat?
they're going to laugh at you.
They're gonna laugh at you. Trust me.
Don't care who you are.
But we've had some fantastic grocery stores that have helped us out. But
Yes.
what we had to do was we had to put together a shopping team, and let me give you their names real quick because these folks really got out and hustled. Rotarian Janine Sparks, of course, Rotarian Angela, Denise McLaughlin, Rotarian Jim O'Donnell.
Rotarian Jerry Braxmeyer.
Rotarian Jerry Braxmeyer, from CSD Laurel Schomber,
Planning Commissioner Mackenzie Weezer.
Mackenzie, and past police Chief Brian Noblet, Rotarian Lisa Avila and Tim Avila. We appreciate that, and of course there was some assistance in there from Republic Services. I want to make sure I say thank you so much for Republic
Also,
Services.
Jim O'Donnell's friend that's not a Rotarian also stepped up too. Rob
Haney. Rob Haney.
Thank you, Rob.
Yeah, thank you so much for
He
that.
called
Rob.
it a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, it was a scavenger. Okay, so some folks may not remember Supermarket Sweep. I'll have to send that out.
Goldine's probably too young.
Goldine's, you're too young. I know. Okay, and then so District Governor elect or District Governor nominee.
Who?
Karen.
Karen's
Silver.
nominee.
Yeah.
Nominee.
She's nominee. Okay. District Governor.
Or designate.
I don't know which.
I
I don't. It's
Sorry.
all changing right now. So District Governor nominee, I believe, Karen Sendro, and of course we did mention Jerry Braxmeyer earlier. Anyway, so what everyone did was I assigned everybody a store, and they went running to different stores to get shopping. I had a shopping list, right? Get 10 pounds of ground beef, get 10 dozen eggs, get 10 loaves of bread, and so yesterday morning at the crack of dawn, this team spread out and they got everything that they needed. And I think
Except for eggs. I think we still need some eggs.
no, we got eggs. We're good with
okay.
eggs because this morning Laurel Schomber is picking them up from a farm in Galt. I forgot the name.
Maybe she said it down there.
Did
She
Laurel
got
say
here.
it?
I don't know.
I'll look down here real quick. No. Okay. So anyway, I forgot where I was.
Eggs.
We're going to be good with eggs. So the good news is we have enough food for the deliveries for this week because of the assistance of the GoFundMe. We have enough funds for the rest of this week and of course for next week. But this supermarket sweep team that I mentioned, thank you so very much for going out and doing that. And I'm sure there'll be some stories to tell. I know that I have a story to tell that I'm not going to tell today because I don't think we have enough time for that. By the way, since now I have everybody here, do me a favor. If you have something happy to talk about, or you have something sad you want to talk about, in the comments, please hit it with a hashtag happy dollar or a hashtag sad dollar. And after this is done, or after we get talking about or finish talking about the food project, we'll read those out so everybody sees them, or so everybody hears them.
And on the strand too, I want to point out that Jen's talking about that the kids are also going to do an art project. Nitsa, we'd love your girls to make cards too. Anyone that wants to make cards for these seniors, I'm sure they would love those. And we'll get someone to come pick them up. We'll coordinate and make sure they get in the bags.
Right.
It's great.
Fantastic. So anyway, thank you so much to the Supermarket Sweep Team Alpha. Really appreciate that. Now, another thing that's been going on, again, we mentioned that the volunteers that the Elk Grove Food Bank typically has are typically in an age group now that are of primary concern. And so also in the last couple days, through our efforts, we were able to get more volunteers helping out at the food bank. And they have been doing packing at the warehouse. They've been doing sorting at the warehouse. They've been helping with the clothes closet as well. So Dr. Shankar from the city's multicultural commission, and I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the other names at the moment. Joe Ming, Steve Lee. Now that's Steve Lee, not to be confused with the other Steve Lee. I'll mention Mayor Steve Lee in a moment, but Steve Lee. I'm sure he gets that confusion frequently.
There was Steve there yesterday too. There was
That was Steve Lee. Lee. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, sorry, Steve's. So anyway, thank you so much for packing at the warehouse. Things have to get packed the day prior so that we can deliver them the next day. So for instance, today we have a team that's delivering at Seasons. We'll have about 10 volunteers out. And at the same time, we will have a team back at the warehouse at Elk Grove Food Bank, which is packing for Vintage 1 and Vintage 2, as well as the wellness program, and another one that I've forgotten.
And just one thing too, just going to that, one thing Kevin forgot to talk about, in case you're all wondering, because we're just doing this on the fly. So to make sure everyone's safety first and health, when we go deliver these packages to each individual's apartment or condo or whatever, we are wearing our gloves. We are calling them first to let them know we're coming to their door. Most of them have gates and whatnot. We put the items over the gate. We ring the doorbell. We step away. And so we aren't putting them at any risk. So I want to assure you all that we instruct our volunteers. We're very highly aware to keep very our distance safe, what they call it, social distance, and ourselves as well. And hand sanitizer is everywhere.
Right. Yeah. Of course, remember washing hands, singing the birthday song. You want me to sing the birthday song? You want? I know. You guys want me to demo that? No, I know you don't. Okay. So let's see. So the last thing on that I wanted to talk about was a sincere thank you. The food bank is very grateful for the help that we've provided. The seniors that we've talked to very briefly are very appreciative. these are folks that wouldn't have got assistance otherwise because they don't have any local family in the area. And in a lot of cases, they don't have transportation and they just can't get out in the first place. So thank you very, very much for that. Please like, share, if you can, donate.
And
Also-
again, for people that keep joining, we're talking about our senior food drive outreach that is now extending through April. Because there's more people still joining, and I want to welcome you all to the call. We'll recap everything we've gone over to as far as that at the end, because there's people asking questions here about different events and what's going on.
Yep. We'll talk about the speech contest again real quick in a second.
Right.
All right. But before I move on from this one, I do want to mention that the leadership of the city of Elk Grove, the mayor and the city council, are actively engaged in this issue. They have a special meeting tonight to discuss the issue of food for seniors and for our youth, which is the youth have been primarily taken care of through the Elk Grove Unified School District. And so, of course, we'll let you know if there's any other developments from that. But please understand that we do need to expand our program for at least probably another couple of weeks. So if you can ask for additional assistance from your friends via Facebook, we would certainly appreciate that.
Again, our new goal, I want to say our new
Yeah,
goal.
so again, our new goal is $21,000. If you look at it on Facebook, we are probably at about $9,000 right now. So we're in a good space, but we do need some help. All right, so I think we could put a bow on the conversation about the
Does anyone have any questions about the senior food drive?
If you have any questions, go ahead and
Put them in our
post them
strand.
because now we're going to go into the answering some questions here. So Suzanne, Angela's going to quick recap. We did talk about an update on speech contest, but real fast, say what it is.
Again, we Laguna Sunrise Rotary is still doing their speech contest on March 20th. We're going to do it via GoToMeeting. I will be sending out an email with the invite. We're going to send that out to all the contestants and the judges, and we're going to just adapt and do the best we can via GoToMeeting. That's what we're going to do.
Okay. So thank you for that update, Angela. And let's see. So Denise, thank you so much. We can always use help making
More
cards.
cards.
And actually, maybe Denise, I could connect you with Jen later. And I want to talk about an idea of maybe a little pen pal program that we could do where students, can write a letter to somebody who's homebound. I think that's a great thing to do, and I think we can accommodate that. All right, so I think now let's move on to the happy dollars and sad dollars. And if anyone can see Goldine's post, she's done exactly what I'd like her to do. And so I'll read it out. So a sad dollar, the teen center is closed. Yeah, that's actually Laurel, hon. Can you grab Laurel?
Yeah.
So the teen center is closed, and I'm sorry to hear about that, Goldine. Hopefully within a couple of weeks that'll be back open. But the happy dollar, she said, my staff and I are working hard to launch a virtual teen center drop-in coming in the next couple of days to help our kids as well as teens in our community to stay connected and process on what's happening, etc. Goldine, love that idea. I think, maybe we can use this time to help educate about our specific issues that we work on globally, right? We can work on that with them. And maybe we can do it in a Facebook Live version like what we're doing right now. Let's see. So Lisa says, that's great, Goldine. All right, Dalee, we'll see you later. Have a good time. We'll see you later. Reminder about Taste of Elk Grove, rescheduled to June 6th. You had a question, Angela?
Nope, that was just Laura.
Oh, okay. Goldine has some more happy, sad dollars. She had to cancel Matt's and her trip to Monterey that's coming up this weekend. But they're celebrating their 7th wedding anniversary next Monday.
Congratulations.
Yes,
Yay.
big 7. Way to go. Like it. And of course, Nitsa posted that if you want to donate to the food bank, that GoFundMe is right there. You can click on that. Again, please share that as much as possible. So let me think. I have.
Did you do the blood? You're doing your happy dollar. Sorry.
Yeah, we're doing happy dollars.
Okay.
I have happy dollars.
Okay. Let me post it for you.
No, you don't have to post it because I can share it right here.
Okay.
I have had the opportunity. It is a happy, sad dollar. I've had the opportunity in the last couple of days to see the best and the worst in us. There have been times that, like yesterday, I got not accosted, but it was unfortunate that
Kind of shame.
someone tried to shame me for hoarding, and I tried to explain to him that this wasn't about hoarding. This was about getting, 174 pounds of meat for 174 shut-ins in different locations. But he didn't want to hear it. What he really wanted to do was to Facebook Live me and accuse me of hoarding. But you know what? It took me a little while to get past that. I was having a hard time being Rotarian, but I held it. But I'll tell you what, throughout the rest of the day, I had the opportunity to talk to clerks, checkers, who were nothing but helpful constantly. And I had the opportunity to go and see some of these folks who are getting shut in, or who are shut in, I should say. And the gratitude that is out there far exceeds any of the negative. And so I want to thank all of you, all of Rotarians and non-Rotarians who are here. I want to thank you so much for helping out. So, Angela, you got a happy or sad dollar?
Yeah, pretty much along the same lines. There are heroes out there that Laurel Schomburg just called me saying that Rayleigh's in Galt promised had to call her when they got in some more meat for us, and they just called up, let her know, come down, get the meat. Again, there are people there that are at the neighborhood Walmart market here. He remembered us from the day previous that we were coming back for our 2 per person, and he hooked us up, like Kevin said, to again help those the most in need. And I'm just grateful because human kindness, just like if you guys, some of you that joined later, again, I believe that quote came to me that I read for our quote of the day: practicing kindness all day to everybody, and you will realize you're already in heaven now. Yep. And that's by Jack Kerouac. And I really think that was poignant. And so that made me very happy and grateful.
Right. Okay, so let me go back to some more questions here. So, Anitra, you're specifically asking if folks want to send a check-in rather than GoFundMe. Absolutely, we can accept that. But here's what I'm asking. Don't send it to Laguna Sunrise Foundation. All of the money goes directly to the Elk Grove. Can you look that up?
The P.O. Box.
Yeah, look up their address. So anyway, all checks should go directly to Elk Grove Food Bank Services. You can put on there, Rotary Senior Program, but you'll want to.
I don't have the P.O. Box on me. I think it's online. If you go to the GoFundMe, it says the P.O. Box. I want to say it's 1447 P.O. Box, but I don't want it to go to the wrong spot.
But listen to me for that. It needs to go to the Elk Grove Food Bank Services,
right,
not to us. And look for their address. It's 92.
Oh, their physical address?
Look for the physical address because that's where you can mail it. That's where I'm trying to go. Okay, so Anitra, we're working on that. Brenda says she has a happy dollar above. Let me go find that, Brenda.
So while he looks for that, Elk Grove Food Bank Services, and you can put EGFBS, and that's B as in Bob, for Elk Grove Food Bank Services, and do 9820 Dino Drive, number 140, Elk Grove, California, 95624. Again, 9820 Dino Drive, number 140, Elk Grove, California, 95624. And just put in your memo for senior shut-in so they know where the money's going. Senior shut-in.
Right. Okay, so let's get back to some of these happy, sad dollars. So I think it was a happy dollar. well, happy/sad, I should say. My daughter is in Boston. This is from Brenda. My daughter is in Boston. They've been working from home for a while. They're only going to get groceries and taking her dog out. This is really contagious. She went for a run before yesterday. Yesterday she woke up to fever, body aches, cough, tight chest. She says it feels like a bad cold. So we hope that your daughter and everyone around her gets better soon, Brenda. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's see. I got Goldine.
Anyone else that has happy
yep,
dollars, just do a hashtag
Yep.
happy sad dollars. And
Yep. Okay, I got one from Lou Bazinal. I don't know if I pronounced that right, Lou, but I apologize if I got it wrong. Lou manages a senior home in the area, and so his sad dollar is that families cannot visit them at the moment, mostly through FaceTime or phone. And the happy dollar is that it's allowed us to talk more to each other, to sit down and share memories. And we have one resident who is well versed about the stock market and investment. So the staff and the Lou get investment lessons every day. So and you got a big smile on there. That's fantastic. Thanks so much. Let's see. Nitsa says maybe we need some T-shirts that say Food Bank Supermarket Team. I think so, actually, Nitsa. That would be fantastic. I'd love to have that so we don't get accosted again.
Great idea.
That's a great idea.
Is Valerie Meebus on the
Well,
line?
we'll have to talk to Valerie.
Valerie, promote me.
Yeah. Okay, Goldine says, could use some LMFTs. What's an LMFT? Somebody help me out with that. Who want to help our teen process? Oh, I'm sorry. It's it's like a licensed clinician.
Oh, like so. Karen Simmerin,
licensed medical. Mental health. Okay, got it. Who want to help our teens process or do any health professionals who would like to do a Q&A on COVID to educate our teens, please send those people my way. Okay, I get it. So if someone is of a medical background who is willing to help the teen centers, teen center youth understand what's going on with COVID, let's please do that outreach. That'll be fantastic. We could probably ask Laurel Schomburg or who else were we talking to recently that really knew a lot about it. But good idea, Goldine. We'll do that. Let's see. Janine. All right. Have a safe day. Thank you very much, Janine. Of course, Nitsa got on there, 9820 Dino Drive. Send donations to Elk Grove Food Bank Services, 9820 Dino Drive, number 140 Elk Grove. Thank you, Anitra. Licensed marriage, family, got it. So I think with that, we are just about at the end of the hour. And I don't want to hold folks here much longer because we have to get to vintage.
Season.
Yeah, vintage. Oh, seasons.
Seasons today.
We have to go to seasons today. So we're going to seasons. Thank you so much to everyone. I hope that you've enjoyed this new format, and I apologize that it's a little bit wonky. I think we did okay. And Angela always shines. It's always this guy. We'll see how that works out. But
It's the flowers.
yeah, she's got the maybe I should put flowers in my hair next week, but I don't think so. So
Again, call the blood drive line at Vitalent as well. Don't forget, rewatch this, share it with your friends. We're gonna be back again next week.
yeah, I think next week I'm gonna ask one of my friends who does core strength training. Maybe he'll come and maybe we'll set it up in the living room and he can show us 5 core strength training exercises that we can all do to kind of keep ourselves moving throughout this, through this quarantine process. All right. So with that, Rotarians, please go out.
And community members.
Oh, and community members, please go out and connect the world.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.
Have a great day.
See if there's anything. Anyone else say anything else?
Oh, thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda.
Bye.
Jazz hands? No? Okay. Have a good day, everybody.
Thanks, Ray. Talk to you later. Bye.